Now, as many of you guys know by now, young Aunt Jefe, host at No Jumper, has been accused of catching a body allegedly while he was out just trying to get some tacos in LA late at night. He was picked up for the homicide that happened and currently has a bond of $1 million as he sit in LA County. Now, like we stated before, he had made subtle hints online alluding that he may have did something, but none of us really knew what it was. But now that we see what he's being accused of, I'm sure everyone could kind of put the pieces to the puzzle together at this point. Now, this is a tough situation due to the fact that many people are saying that if they were in his shoes, impressed by another gang member who basically stalked him as he tried to walk away, then they would have done the same thing. But the problem with that is this: law enforcement don't want to hear all that. They only care to uphold the law by investigating, and if they feel you went a little above the law, whether right or wrong, they're going to hold you accountable. One thing I would say that doesn't look too good on his behalf from the beginning is the fact that he's a well-known documented Crip gang member, while the man he allegedly unalived was a Bloods member, so already that make it seem like some gang violence. Then the amount of times he was allegedly shot sounds past self-defense and seems a bit excessive. Not to mention, we will now have to figure out where he was shot, and I can tell you right now, if any of those shots was in his back, then that's not looking too good, because it would look like he was trying to walk away or get away, or maybe young Aunt Jefe could have walked away but he didn't. Instead, he was shooting them, and when you shoot somebody in their back, they're basically defenseless. So you never know. If he has a good attorney that could prove his innocence and everything checks out, then he should be good. But I must say that them attorney fees are definitely going to be through the roof considering the charges against him. But let's get into this video. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. I'll leave a link pinned in the comments to the original video. But in the meantime, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
No Jumper host young Aunt Jefe was arrested last night on murder charges. Now, the situation and circumstance surrounding his murder has a lot of people torn on whether or not he deserved to be arrested.
Aunt Jefe, the rapper and co-host of the No Jumper podcast, has been arrested for murder. Law enforcement sources have told TMZ that Aunt Jefe was busted by LAPD's elite robbery homicide division and booked for felony murder. He's being held at the LAPD jail on a $1 million bond. Adam, 22, told TMZ that Aunt Jefe has been a great podcaster for the last year or so, and as far as he knew, Aunt wasn't really in the streets like that anymore, so this is all a huge shock.
You know what's crazy? Adam says that about all of the guys, right? But he contradicts himself, because one minute he'll say that he don't know these guys in the streets, he don't know about their past, history, whatever it is. But then when they get on the podcast, he makes it seem like he's doing so much for them because he is aware that they are gang members or they are in the streets, so he's trying to change their lives. But which one is it?
When I first found out that it was arrested, the first thing I looked at was the bail. When I seen $1 million in LA County,
So
that gotta be a murder. Bruh, in California, you can commit armed robbery and you'll be home the next morning, man. No bond, on recognizance. That's just a fact.
And he's right. If y'all don't know anything about Cali, you could pretty much get away with anything except for homicide, which is crazy. Whereas if you go somewhere else like New York, let's say you get caught with a firearm, they give you a couple years or whatever, armed robbery, there's some years involved. But when you go to Cali, these same charges, I don't know what it is, but it's like they're frowned upon. They don't care too much about it. But if you catch a body, or if you attempted to catch a body, oh yeah.
So the fact that you got $1 million bond, I knew it was murder from the very beginning and the very gate. But when I got the full details, and when I got an understanding of what exactly took place and how he got a murder charge, I put myself in his shoes, and the first thing I said was, man, I'm just lucky it wasn't me, man, because I don't see myself doing anything differently from what Aunt Jefe did. I want to preface this by saying, if the story is true, then what Aunt Jefe did is something that a lot of us, if we were in his shoes, we would probably do the same thing.
Now, the thing about that is, right, everyone says what they would do or what they wouldn't do in a situation up until they actually get into the situation. Now, we're going to hear what he has to say, and there is mixed reviews. Some people saying, well, he's silly for what he did. Some people saying, well, I would have did the same thing given the circumstance. But let's see what he says.
a lot of us have a certain level of distrust and hatred in our hearts for dudes in the streets. And if we leave our home, the last thing we want is for a street dude to breathe on me. The last thing I want is for a street dude to interrupt my day, to disturb my day, to breathe on me in public. But if a street dude pulled a stunt on me, how they pulled a stunt on Ant from the story we're hearing, I don't see myself doing anything differently. I can see YouTube commentators making videos like this. Poetic Flacco just tricked himself out the streets. Poetic Flacco just ruined his life. It's over for Poetic Flacco. I could see myself in Ant's shoes right now. Here's a video of Jefe moments after the incident that led to his murder charges. This video tells you everything you need to know about the incident.
Now, before we even continue, right? Once again, this is why you stay off the internet. Keep anything street, violent, or anything that could incriminate you off the internet. As the police say, anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. And I'm pretty sure whatever breadcrumbs that they found, this was probably a part of it.
What's the good old deal with the good old people, man? Today was not a good day, bro. Today was one of those bad days, man, where the devil was working hard, man. He was at work, man. And he was this close, man. He was this close. This close to cashing in on wishful thinking. So right now, right, I'm in a phase where I'm trying to regroup, you know what I'm saying? And think things through, man, and just, you know, create the space to be calm and copacetic, you know what I'm saying, through the storm, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully y'all had a good day up out there, though, man, on this Monday, man, you know what I'm saying? To anybody day who was bad like mine, we gonna make it through, champ, you know what I'm saying? As long as we make it through the next day, man, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, we got another chance, man, to recharge, man, and regroup, man. Salute. Stay strong.
And the YouTube video that he made after this video tells us the full story, bro. This man, eyes is red. He looked disheveled. He looks like he wasn't sleeping. He looks worried and stressed.
It's a good old big deal with the good old people. It's your boy, Young and Jefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm gonna bring you mail.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, he was crying for hours. Right? Before making this video, he was crying for hours. And I can't even really laugh because, like Flacco said, some people are put in certain situations where they have to do certain things, whether they wanted to do it or not. But the Lord don't want to hear that. Only thing the Lord knows is that you took a life, allegedly, and it's basically up to what they believe is true and what's not. Sometimes you got people that are innocent, but really can't prove it. Then you got some people that are being victims that are forced to do certain things, but yet they're still being held accountable for it.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young and Jefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. The recipient of Hot Topics.
Man, eyes is red, looking into space, expressionless, eyes is glossy, looks like he was crying all night, looks like he hasn't slept, he's stressed out. Man, Jill ain't that scary, man. I'm kidding, bruh. Right, I'm rooting for Ant, man, but yeah, Jill ain't that scary. God damn. But what?
Flacco ain't never been to jail a day in his life, but got the nerve to say it ain't that scary. Right? And what people don't understand, it's not about being scared in jail. It's not about none of that. First of all, this man is facing a crazy charge where he may never even come home. Or even if he does, they say he's in his 30s, right? So at the end of the day, let's say they give him 20 years, even 30 years. Don't even give him life. That's still every bit of he's coming home at 50, 60. At that point, your life is over. So it ain't about being scared. It's about being away from your loved ones. It's about another man telling you what to do, when to shower, when you could go outside, when you can eat, possibly for the rest of your life.
Took place and what happened. This right here is the reaction of somebody who realized they just got tricked out of their position. They just got tricked out the streets by somebody who ain't worth being tricked out the streets over. Young and Jefe at about 2 a.m. in the morning went over and tried to get some tacos. Now, this late night taco run ended up in a homicide investigation.
The LAPD says there was an argument just before the gunfire, and it all unfolded just steps away from a busy taco stand.
NBC4's Camila Rambaldi joins us live from the LAPD headquarters after talking with witnesses. Camila.
Hi, Jonathan and Kathy. Telemundo 52 spoke with the brother of the man who was killed. I also spoke with one man who was working at the taco stand last night. He told me he heard about 7 to 8 gunshots.
Young and Jefe is from A-Tray Gangsta Crib. Young and Jefe goes to a taco stand. He's standing in line for some tacos. Now, when you are a black man and you have elevated to a certain place in life, such as where Young and Jefe is at, where he's a popping podcaster, a successful YouTube channel, he's on No Jumper, he's famous, the rapping stuff is working out, you want to stay away from certain places, not because you are scared something will happen to you, but you don't want to be around certain groups of people, the street dudes, the street niggas, right? Because the street niggas as a black man is our biggest obstacle, right? Is our biggest obstacle, man, the street niggas. As black folks, we're creative, we mind our business, but there's a subsection of black people called street niggas where they don't know how to mind their business. So Young and Jefe is at the taco stand, minding his business, trying to get some tacos, trying to eat. A Pablo Blood pull up. I think like ain't the Pablos from like 5'4" or 5 dudes, who knows, right? But the Pablo Blood pull up. Instantly, an altercation breaks out. He starts to bang on Young and Jefe. Where you from, Blood? And Jefe, I'm from A-Tray Gangsta Crib. Cool. That should have been the end of it. Hey, you from Pablo's? I'm from A-Tray Gangsta Crib. I'm here for some tacos. Let me go about my day. But no. Back and forth kept happening. Now, Young and Jefe did something that I think we should all do. Young and Jefe walks away. Gets back into his car. Now, when Young and Jefe gets back into his car, the Pablo Blood follows Young and Jefe to his car. Now, here's the thing, okay? When a gang member asks you, where you from? That's dumb. Asking you to validate, right? You have a right to walk where you're currently at. Now, my rights to walk and freedom of passage is my natural rights. Is my birthright, okay? My natural right is freedom of passage and my freedoms. Okay, so I can walk anywhere I want to walk because that's my natural right as a human being. Right? And nobody has a right to tell me where I can't walk, right? So when a gang member asks me where I'm from, I'm not, man, yo, leave me alone, man, all right, man.
Flacco gonna talk that, but he ain't gonna do that in real life, right? Shout out to Flacco. But also, right, you know how all this could have been avoided? They're saying that, he tried to get out the streets, he just wanted to be a YouTuber, a rapper, and stay out the way. Only one problem. It's only one thing he didn't fix, which was him being a gang member. As I always say, you can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Once he would have asked where I'm from, listen, I'm neutral or whatever, because now you're bringing a certain energy when you say that you're in the gang, especially to another gang member that's on the opposing side. So at the end of the day, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because every time it's going to prove why that doesn't work.
I ain't saying none of that, bruh. But, gang culture, that's the thing. So Jefe answers it. Now, I guess when Young and Jefe is going back to his car, the Pablo Blood probably feels like he got the best of the situation. And he wanted to get the best of Mo. So he follows Young and Jefe to the car. And Jefe is in the car. The Pablo Blood is still talking ish from the vehicle. F this, F this, F this. And when I say F this and F this, y'all know what I mean when I say F this and F this. I can't say it, right? Because you feel me? Again, I got Crip homies who I love, who, certain words I can't say, because if I say them words, P Nice will call my phone tripping. P Nice will check me if I say those words. Right? Rockstar will call my phone tripping. KK will call my phone tripping if I say certain words, right? So I respect the Crips, so I'm not going to say the word. But saying all of that, And after a while, man, when I walk back to my car, I'm in my car, I'm trying to leave, you right here, feel me? Like, I don't know what you reaching for, you yelling aggressively. And Young and Jefe just had enough, man. Just had enough. Pulled out the pistol, shot about 7 to 8 times. Bro got hit, bro died. And now we're here. Alleged.
Let me tell you this, right? Let me tell you right now, I can already see how this is gonna go. Now, when you in that courtroom, they don't care about gang politics. They don't care about what you think is cool or what was the right thing to do, even if it was the right thing to do. They're just gonna talk about the law, and they're gonna talk about things that could have been prevented. Off rip, if he got into his car and he was able to leave, 9 times out of 10, those prosecutors is gonna say, you could have just left. You didn't have to stay. You didn't have to hear what he had to say in order to shoot him, because if you would have gotten in your car and just left, then you wouldn't have heard him saying F, I guess, the Crips, or F this or F that. You wouldn't have heard that. But you did what you did because you are a gang member and he was dissing your gang, and you felt that you wanted to do that because he disrespected you, not because your life was in danger. Usually when it comes to self-defense, your life has to be in danger, and you have to prove that your life has been in danger in order to warrant you shooting and unaliving somebody. As we see just now with All-Star JR, that whole situation that took place in Houston, they're basically saying, well, yeah, you know, it could have been self-defense. However, he was shooting at people that was running away. He shot NBA Ben 10 while he was on the floor. None of these people posed a threat. So with Aunt Jefe and his lawyers, in which they're gonna cost. So I hope, you know, he got a little money. Adam always talking about helping guys out. I hope he helps them, because he's gonna need it for these attorney fees. But their number one thing they're gonna say is, all right, prove that it was self-defense. Prove that this man posed a threat to him to where his life was in danger. And if you can't do that, it's not looking too good.
Allegedly, because he's still fighting the case, he could be completely innocent. This could have all been a misunderstanding. So allegedly, people, allegedly. But allegedly, that's why Young and Jefe killed the dude from Pablo Bloods.
Let's go ahead and get you to some video from earlier. In this clip, you can see several bullet holes in a fence near the stand. The LAPD says the shooting was reported just before 2 in the morning near the intersection of Holmes and Slauson Avenues. As you mentioned earlier, there are a number of businesses in the area. Police say a man walked toward a car and there was some sort of an argument. Police say the man was then shot and the shooter took off in a car. It is unclear at this point what led up to the argument. The family of the man who was killed has identified him as 30-year-old Deshaun Coleman. They shared a photo of him with our team. Here is more from his family and reaction from a man who was working at the taco stand.
We don't know nothing. All we know, we need justice. He was a good person, a loving person. He took care of everybody.
We hear some people yelling, like yelling bad words, start fighting.
Did you hear the gunshots?
Yeah, I hear the gunshots. I hear like 7 gunshots, and that scares me. I didn't move. I was frozen, like no zero nerves. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to run or to stay.
Jordan Guzman told me he has been working at the taco stand for several months and that this was the first time he has seen a shooting in the area. Again, at this hour, police are still looking for the shooter and they do not yet have a description of the suspect's car. Anyone with more information on this is asked to call the LAPD. We're live in downtown LA. Camilla Rambaldi, NBC 4 News.
Now, another thing they're going to have to worry about is the amount of shots. Right? Because what the prosecutors is going to say, well, if you was defending yourself, why did you shoot so many times? Right? It sounds more like a crime of passion. It sounds more like instead of trying to protect yourself, you was trying to overdo it. He said 7 to 8 shots. All it takes is about 2 to 3, right? Anything after that seems a bit excessive. And that's what they're going to point out.
Camilla, thank you.
And Jefe's bond is $1 million, 10%. He only needs $100,000. I think Jefe has $100,000. Jefe has a dispensary in town. So Jefe makes money all type of ways. He should have $100,000. I'll be very shocked if Jefe doesn't have $100,000 to pay his bond with. Now, if he don't has it, would Adam pay it? Now,
No. Let me tell you. And I don't understand what they don't understand. How many times have we seen guys get in trouble at No Jumper, and they always ask Adam, like, are you going to help him? Right? And he always come up with some type of trickery to dance around the subject. Basically, he don't help. Now, if he does something behind the scenes, we don't know. But from what we see publicly, whenever he's asked that question or, talking about helping guys that's on his podcast that get in trouble with lawyer fees or anything concerning money, it's always some, dancing around the topic. We seen that with Brick Baby as well.
Watching the No Jumper show, and Spody Face asked Adam, Adam needs to go ahead and bond out in Jefe. Now, do I think Adam is putting up $100,000 of his own money to bill out somebody? Negative. I don't think so at all. Now, Adam did bill out Brick Baby, but I think Brick Baby bond was like $5,000. Well, it was 10% is $5,000. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think?
All right, y'all, that's pretty much it, man. This is definitely a crazy case. Young Aunt Jefe, I don't know if we would like to call this self-defense or is it gang politics involved? I don't know. But it does seem a bit excessive, and his lawyers do have their work cut out for him. But when you really pay attention to this whole situation, y'all, and when you get down to the moral of the story, right? 1, gang politics. Yes, he was trying to do his thing, got a dispensary, he's on YouTube, he's making a name for himself online, building up his character. The only one thing that still messed with him, which was being affiliated with the Crips. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be in a gang, to each his own. But what I am saying is all of this probably could have been prevented if he wasn't in one. And that's how they're going to see it. They're going to say, all right, well, you was a Crip, he was a Blood. That's what they're going to play into. Because it's easy to push that gang narrative that the reason why he did that, or may have been a little more excessive, was because they were in opposing gangs. Whether that really is the reason or not. But then they're going to go down to, well, was he able to leave and just didn't leave? Why did he fire so many shots? Who knows, y'all? Also, it's kind of crazy how life could change in the blink of an eye, right? Because here he is, he was going out to get some tacos. Pretty sure he didn't think that in the process he was going to take somebody's life. But it just goes to show how quick life could change in the blink of an eye. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. How do y'all feel about this? Do y'all think it will be self-defense, or do you think they will hold him accountable for what he did, allegedly? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.